welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how to do this really cool dissolving effect. It works for any object as long as if it's a mesh. So as you can see over here, it just dissolves and then becomes nothing. So okay, let's go. So over here I got my new scene. I'm going to delete the default cube and replace it with a Suzanne. So over here, the monkey. And now I'm going to add a cube. I always delete the default cube, and then I add it back. But okay, so I'm just going to subdivide by 2 using Control 2. It's a cool shortcut. And then I'm going to add an empty, and it's going to be sphere. So then over here I'm going to parent with Control P the cube to the sphere. So it isn't a cube anymore, but as you can see now it's parented, and if we hide it, it will just appear. We can hide the sphere and not the other one. So you don't need to put many subdivisions. And the next thing I'm going to do is just move it out of the way because we don't want on our Suzanne. And then I'm going to hide this just by pressing this I. So okay, we can go on geometry nodes now. So I'm going to press new. So I tried to make this effect as simple as possible so anyone can do it, but the only problem is that the things will only go on the normal, it will only go forward facing the normal. But yeah, so if you don't know much about geometry nodes, this is good. So I'm just going to extrude it now by pressing Shift A and then extrude mesh. So if yours isn't like this, you need to check the individual. So each face is going to be extruded individually. So now I'm going to bring this back so we can see this is still a Suzanne, and I'm going to put this as 0. Or actually not, I'm going to put this a little bit forward now so we can see the next step. We're just going to be, so the side over here, I'm just going to plug this into a delete geometry. So delete geometry over here and then the geometry over here. And then we will choose face and put over here. So now it's just a face that appears. So as you can see, we're using an extrusion to make this possible. So make sure this is 0. So it will look like it's still completely filled, but it's actually not. So this is going to be the kind of the animation. It's just going to go on like this until it disappears by how close it is to the sphere. So I'm just going to complete the other one, and then we can make it react to the geometry. So the next thing we're going to do is add a scale elements over here. So again, you just press Shift A to add something, and if we change this value, you'll see that each face, now that everything's separated, is going to start to scale down. So here is again. So yeah, this is 0. So now we just need to make it react to the other thing. So the next thing we're going to do is put a geometry. So geometry proximity over here. And make sure you don't add the empty, but you add the cube. So the cube is where it has a geometry. So we need the geometry for this. Okay, so now we're going to put over here a little bit back because we'll need to change the values a little bit. So we're going to take the distance, and make sure you press relative, or it will think it's just in the middle over there. So we're going to plug the distance into a map range first. So map range, because if we plug it right here, we can now change the values. So as you can see, if we just press a little bit, you can see it's going the other way. We don't want it to be like, the closer it is, the less destroyed it is. So here is less this. You can use this or a color ramp. Sometimes this one's better because look over here. So this is min, and this is min afterwards. So it's kind of going to multiply it. So if we take the 0 and turn it to 1, so 0 is going to be 1 at the end. And max is going to be, wait, over here. So max is going to be 0. So we just inverted. That's basically it. So now if you look at it and we'll move over here, you can see that everything is already going forward. If you want to make it go more, you can, so this is how far it can affect, and this is how much it's going to go forward. So I think this is enough already, and I think I'll change this one to be like this. So okay, we got something better going on. But then if we come here now and plug this on the scale elements, so the scale, you're going to see it's inverted. The values need to be not inverted. The value needs to be not inverted. So just like that, more customization, I'm going to put a color ramp this time. It's easier to visualize. You can use on this one too, but then you don't have that much control over it. So I'm going to plug the color into the scale. And as you can see, it's working because it's not inverted. It's not like inverted like this. So we can change this again, the values. So white is being totally big and then black is disappearing. So I think I'm going to let it like this. So this one actually disappears, or a little bit less actually. So as you can see, we're already getting a lot of the effect. So it's a little bit dramatic because it's going too far, I think. So I'm going to make it go less far. I don't want to just explode everything. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to add the materials. So the materials over here are a little bit complicated. So if you don't want to make the material from inside different from the outside, then you can already leave. So yeah, what we're going to do over here is extrude it back and then add the material on the back one. It's a little bit weird because it looks like it's breaking everything, but I will show you how to do it because I did it on the original scene. So over here, after the scale elements, we're going to put another extrude mesh. It's going to be all messy again, and then we can plug this, put the scale back down. So we're going to put at the least we can this value. So 0.001. Yeah, I think that's good. Or maybe a little bit more. We'll see. So now what we're going to do is to take take the set material, so over here, and then we're going to take the top and the side, but if you see, we can't really do that over here. So we're going to come here and I think join geometry or join strings. Oh, sorry. So I think we can, no, we can, okay, so we're just going to, sorry about that. So we're just going to take the side and delete it. I forgot that we did that. So delete and then face, and then this geometry here and this geometry here. Okay, so now we don't get the little side. We can't really see it over here, but okay, so then we're going to create two materials. So just press the plus, so we get two slots. And then this one is for the inside, and this one is for the outside. If you want to see it without needing to go to the render view, what you can do is come to inside and then viewport display and then change. So because it's inside, I'm going to put it red, and then outside I'm going to put it blue. So this one should be the outside, so let's try the outside over here. But now everything is outside. So then we'll come here and back, and we need to change this to inside, and then put the over here. So we would need to bring everything back, and then set material over here. So this takes a little bit of a while to get back. It's really annoying because you need to like flip the normals and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to try flipping the normals now. Flip faces over here, and then selection will be the top, the mesh. Okay, so let's keep doing this. If you want to see it better, we can even put the extrusion up. So as you can see what is happening here, it's so over here. Okay, sorry, I got a little confused there. So what we need to do is to come over here, and so we're just going to add the outside material. So this one is the outside, the last one is the outside, and then we need to put this at minus 0.005, so it's actually going the right way now, don't worry. So then we need to come on the first one over here, and then we need to flip faces on this one, and then let's just see if I get those right. Yes. So and now what we have to do is so we come here and add the join geometry, and then we plug the first one before the second extrude mesh over here. So this is how you do it. I got a little confused. So again, you just set the material on the first one with the top over here to the selection, and then on the actual first one, I said the other one wrong, you come here and add the inside and then flip faces. So this is how you do it. So over here, the last thing we need to do is actually make the materials and solve a little problem. So if you come here and you want to do like everything dissolves, and then you scale up, okay, everything is going good, but then it starts to go back. This can be what you want, but I didn't want this on my first one. So what I did to solve it was really simple. Probably there's a better way to do that, but what I did was go over here to X-ray mode, and then Shift D, S, then scale really little, and press Shift R. Just hold it and wait until you think there's enough, or it's starting to be too small. I think it's starting to be a little bit smaller than I wanted, so I'm just going to do one manually again. So Shift D, S, and then Shift R. So that's good. When you leave, it's going to be our spheres again, and it's almost, you can't see through anymore because there's too many. So if we just hide this again with H, now you can see that everything just disappears, and that's really good. So this is it for this video, for the geometry nodes, I mean. And for the next thing, we're just going to go here to materials. So inside what I did, I chose a really good color first. So over here, to this orange, and then I just press Ctrl C on the top of this, and then go to emission and Ctrl V, and put this at 7. Yeah, so that's shiny already. And there's two other things I want to show. So the material from the outside, what I did, I brought it to blue, and then I did 0.5 metallic. It looks cool. It's not realistic, but it looks cool. And another thing that you can do over here is to take the top and then scale it. So scale elements over here. Oh, okay, so I just need to plug. Okay, and then selection, and then scale a little bit more, so not everything appears. So if you're doing a really close-up shot, you need to bring this as little as possible. But if you're going far, don't worry. It's not going to be a really problem. So I put my like 1.20. Okay, so now let's go to the layout. What I did, I just added a background, a normal background. So I added a plane, scale it, and then take this and extrude it up and bevel it. So this was it. And then you can add an HDRI or something like this. And that's it. That's everything that I have to teach you. So if you're still here, I would just want to thank my patrons for giving their support to this channel. And yeah, this is it, guys, for today. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.